So guys, for those who don't know, I am the most unflexible person you have ever met, and I would like to share with you my stretch routine. So we'll get after it right now. So to get started, we're going to put our hands on our hips and lean forward and lean back. That's it. Leaning forward and back. Exhale and push. And take it back gently. We're just moving in this direction to get started. Arms up and down. That's it. You should feel this in your hip flexors and in your quads. Stretching it all the way out. As you can see, super unflexible. Alright, now let's go to our side and all the way down, taking in a frontal plane, stretch left to right, letting your hands go all the way down to your thighs and push. That's it. Feeling a good stretch on the other side. Last ones, that's it. That's it. Now take your left foot over the right foot, lean forward. There we go. Leaning it nice and over. And slowly roll up and swap sides. Take the leg and cross it over. And keep your breathing going, nice big breath. Leaning forward as far as you can. Good. Come up and swap over again. This time I want you to shove your hip out a little bit further. That's it, right over. And do the same thing again. Leaning forward as best as you can. That's it. Now you can feel the stretch all the way down on the other side as well. Don't worry if you're not getting the full flex. Now facing down. 10 more seconds. You've got this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and lift up. Now we're going to switch legs. That's it. Keep your weight on the back side. Now you can help this by leaning away from your hip. As you can see, I'm terrible with my flexing. Unfortunately, I have a really bad hip, but we do the best we can. So now we do the other side. Really extend it out. 30 seconds this side. After this, we're going to have a seat for our next stretch. Great job. Keep pushing forward. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Now, I prefer to use a roller. Drop your knees down. Now, bring the knees to the outer of the roller. Leaning far as forward as you can, stretching out the lats. Great job. Now leaning forward, keeping the legs out nice and wide and down. Good job. Shift your hips from left to right. That's it. Now move your shoulders. Go again. Good job. From left hip to right hip, really leaning out as much as you possible. Touch your toes at the back. That's it. Use the roller to roll out the lats. Take it from side to side if that feels good. Now open your legs out a little bit wider if you can. As you can see, the arch in my back is terrible, but we're going to do the best we can. A little bit sick of watching videos where everyone's super flexible, so here we are. Okay, stretch out to your toes again. Come back into hands and knees, and we're going to take our right leg up top, and we're going to straighten the spine as best we can. Nice tall spine. Going to bring our stomach out to the front as best as we can. Here we go. We're not down on the floor, we're just pushing as best as we can. Now come back up, rest for a second. Tuck your pelvis in nice and straight and lean straight. Good job. Try not to open up and lay down. You should be feeling it in the hip flexor as we speak. That's it. Now take your left hand on the ground and arch your shoulders over. Look up to the sky if you can. Really dipping the hip out back. Relax for a second. You should be really feeling it in the back of the legs. Come on back in and swap sides and do the same on this side. Remember to keep your stomach and your body in line. That's it. Lean forward as best as you can without sitting down. You should be feeling it in the front of your hip flexor. There we go, and relax again. Try to touch your toes a little bit. And yet again, trying to lean forward. Obviously my hip impingement here, you can tell you can't really stretch it out, but you want to keep your back nice and straight and leaning forward as best as you can. Leaning forward as best as we can. We're going to take our right hand and put it on the ground and push and twist. If you need to use your roller, do that. And as you add the turn, try to keep your body still in line. Really struggling, obviously. That's it. Now do it the other side. Using the roller to just extend that hip flexor. Alright. Have a bit of a break. That's it. And rest now. What we're going to do is going to flip and have a seat. I use the roller because I'm super unflexible for this position, and that way I can extend my bum underneath me as best as I can, and I can sit up nice and tall. This is like a little cheat for those who are unflexible, and as you get better you can release a little bit more pressure and take away the roller. Now the idea is to actually push your knees down to the floor as best as you can. As you can see now, I'm terrible. So I'm going to sit back on there again. Now you can push one down at a time and see how far you can go. In my case, nowhere. You should be feeling this in the hip flexors again. I'm going to do the other side. You should actually see movement when you do this. That's it. Go ahead and pull and try to keep your back as straight as possible. Now leaning forward as best as possible. You can also use a bungee cord to help you stretch it out even more. And if that makes it feel better, do it. Keep pulling down a little bit lower. Awesome. You'll feel yourself slowly loosening up over the next 10-15 minutes. Remember not to yank on it. When you're here on your back, just slowly lean forward. Alright. Now we're going to take the right heel out and pull your left in. I like to use the bungee cord to make it a little bit easier. So leaning forward as best as I can. Trying to touch my toe. You should be feeling this stretch in your inner thigh. Nice job. We're going to switch sides, do the same again. Try to make it less awkward looking than I am. And this side, I'm a little bit more flexible, but I'm still going to use the stretchy. Also trying to keep all my body angled to that side of the hip. That's it. Now we're going to take both legs out as best as we can. I prefer to stand because my hip, so as wide as you can, and then we're going to lean forward. That's it. Try to tie a string from your belly button to the ground. See how I'm bouncing is no good. You want to be solid and holding that position as best as we can. You can go left to right if you want. Nice slow motion. That's it. Good job. Just shift it left to right very slowly. When you do it, you can sweep your chest across your legs, but yet again, don't bounce like I am. If you want, you can try to touch your toes a couple of times. Just do it everything super slowly. And as you come up, remember to do it as well, nice and slow. That's it. Stretch out the hips the other way. Now we're going to take a seat again. And we're going to cross the ankle over our knee. Obviously you guys will probably be more flexible when trying this. Remember, we're going to try to bring our foot as close as we can to our head. And I'm using the roller just to make it a little bit easier. So we're going to hold this position as long as we can, hopefully for 20-30 seconds. You should be feeling it in your back and in your hip. That's it. Holding that position. Try not to bounce. You can try to bring your foot up to your head and pushing out with your knee. That's it. Just holding that position. Now we're going to swap. And as you can see, this is my unflexible side, and we're just going to do it as best as we can. Pushing it out. Push that left knee down to the ground as best as we can. Remember, you can roll side to side. Just keep actively pushing away from your knee. That's it. Using the roller makes it a big difference. Good job. Alright. We're going to switch it back over to the other side. Walk it back in. Big deep breath in. And lean forward. Good job. Keep your spine tall. Last 10 seconds here. And swap it back out to the other side. Last one on this side. Your hips are going to feel so much better after this. Good job. Remember to hold the breath. Really breathe into it. Breathe in. That's it. Relax, stretch it out. Lay it back on your back. And now what we want to do is stretch out your right knee, leaning out as best as you can, bringing your head to the ground. That's it. You want to be stretching out as far as you can. Ideally, you want your back foot out straight as well. You should be feeling this in the groin section. You can do this on your back as well, but I find it easier facing the ground. Doing the same with this side. Ideally, you want your back leg to be straight. That's it, and you should be feeling it right there. Nice and relaxed and controlled. Holding a little bit longer. Now what we're going to do is we're going to crouch down as low as we can, arching our back, trying to bring our head down to the ground. That's it. Lean back, stretch it out. Hopefully your neck is not as sore as mine. Doing it again. Bringing your head down to the ground as best as you can, trying to bend at the waist. Awesome work. No bouncing, by the way. Alright. Just have a small stretch. We're nearly done, guys. We're 18 minutes in. Alright. We're going to do a similar to what we're doing sitting down, but we're going to do a butterfly stretch, leaning forward and leaning out like we did before, but this time we're going to bring our knees in nice and close and still from side to side. So now bringing out the hips again nice and wide. Should be really feeling this in the pelvis. Leaning back as far as we can. Looking up at the sky. And now we're going to do the same again, but bring our knees in nice and close. And really should be feeling this in the lower back. If it helps, go from side to side. And just try to arch that back. Got a couple more exercises and we're done for today. I like to do this nearly every day. If you can believe it, this has actually helped a lot and my flexibility has improved a lot, but still got a long way to go. I'll leave you these last couple stretches. I like to get down as low as I can while touching my left and right shoe. If you're more flexible, you can actually bend the knee completely and do the same. But I can feel this in my hip and I can also feel this in my calves when I do it. We're going to do each side a couple of times. And if I touch my toes, that is a good day. Helps with the wakeboarding, helps with the skydiving, especially like sitting in the plane. So before I do any gym workout, I always do stretching, and I always now do them between sets instead of being on my phone. You'll go to the gym and everyone's on their phone. At least I am trying to be as productive as possible. As you can see, I've got a long way to go, and hopefully it makes you feel better about your flexibility as well when you're watching the video and you're doing better than me. So we're going to do it 1 or 2 more times more, stretching out the hips. As you get better, you get lower. And leaning back. That's it. And now try to see how far you can go leaning forward. And you'll notice from the start of the session to now how much more you've improved. So you can use the band, the stretchy, to get down as low as you can.